What's going on, baseball fans? Jeremy Laracuente here for the Baseball Banter Broadcast. And on this broadcast, we're going to be bantering about creating the ultimate 5-tool player using the 2023 roster of the Seattle Mariners. Now, we're going to get into what a 5-tool player is, followed by the contact tool. Now, for those that may not know, the 5-tool player encompasses 5 different skills, and it is listed out as contact, power, speed, arm, and fielding. So in order for us to create the ultimate 5-tool player, we have to put together 5 players to equal out this tool set. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make it 5 individual players and not double up on any one specific player. So with that in mind, we're going to begin with contact. And when it comes to the 2023 Mariners, the contact tool that we're selecting is Jarred Kelenic. When you look at what this prospect was supposed to be, this was the marquee asset that was acquired in the Edwin Diaz deal. And it's taken a little bit of time, but now Kelenic has really started to come into his own this season. And in my opinion, this is going to be one of the better bats in that Mariners lineup. There's no doubt about it that the Mariners have been waiting for this prospect to really start to come into his own, and it now looks like this season has started to take that shape. And for the Mariners, having him present in the middle of the order is going to be a very good asset, as he is getting much more contact on the ball this season, and that is evidenced by his play on the field. So definitely the contact tool, Jarred Kelenic. When it comes to the power tool, Teoscar Hernandez is the player that we're selecting. The Mariners would go and acquire Hernandez from the Blue Jays this offseason in an effort to further protect their top player, Julio Rodriguez. Teoscar is going to be a guy who you're going to plug into the middle of the order, who's going to be capable of hitting you home runs, but not just hitting you home runs that are going to be majestic, powerful shots. He has that ability, but also to be able to put together good at-bats in the middle of the order and put a presence of fear into the opposing pitcher. So definitely for the Mariners, the acquisition of Teoscar Hernandez was a powerful asset, and that's what makes him the power tool. When it comes to the speed tool, Sam Haggerty is the player that we're representing that tool with. When you look at the StatCast numbers on sprint speed, this is one of the top players on the Mariners roster for 2023, and his ability to go first to third, his ability to steal bases, and just the overall sprint speed is really going to be the key reason why we select him as the speed tool. When it comes to the arm tool, there are a few better in the game than Julio Rodriguez. When you look at what Rodriguez is capable of doing, this player absolutely has a cannon for an arm. This is a absolute superstar in Major League Baseball already, and he is capable of being all 5 of these tools by himself. But because we're only limited to selecting each player for one tool, this is the tool that we're going to use him to represent. There are very few, none better on the Mariners than Julio Rodriguez when it comes to average throwing velocities. When you look at arm strength on StatCast and their breakdown of the 2023 Mariners, this is by far the best player in this category. And as we represent the last tool, the field tool, it is Eugenio Suarez. When you look at what Suarez is, this is a player who could be a couple of different positions on this skill set list, but we're going to list him with fielding because of what he is capable of doing. He provides solid defense at third base. We've seen him play some shortstop, and he could really move across the diamond and play first if that was necessary. For the Mariners, this is a player that they absolutely rely on to be a sure hand and help them win ball games. And I think the full package of what Suarez is able to provide the Mariners with is really what's going to be able to help them in the long term really get back to being a perennial postseason contender. And I think that part of what he is capable of doing is allowing them to be able to not have to worry about his defense at third base. That's why we select him as the field tool. But I want to hear from you. If you are a Mariners fan, let me know your thoughts, your feelings down in the comment section below, or find me over on Twitter at how you would craft your ultimate 5-tool player using the 2023 roster of the Seattle Mariners. As always, if you want to find more from us, head over to our social media channels on Instagram Instagram and TikTok at Baseball Banter Broadcast. You can find the corresponding article up on LaracuenteLedger.com. Links are in the show notes below to this very broadcast about the Ultimate 5-Tool 2023 Seattle Mariner. And beyond that, if you want to show more support, head over to our merchandise shop, baseballbanterbroadcast.com, as we have a ton of merch up and a ton of promo codes you can use to save on repping the channel. And when it comes to repping the channel here on YouTube, there is no better way to do it than to hit the subscribe button down below. As we are continuing to try to build this baseball community here, your subscription truly does help us continue to grow this channel and its reach and influence in the baseball world. So I definitely want to thank you for tuning in. Keep it locked in, as on the next broadcast we continue to banter about baseball.